Submitted by you to be read by me, it's Submission Sunday. Our first one is from CyborgKnitter titled, "I'm ashamed to admit I'm related to this 37-year-old birthday brat. Thankfully, the whole family is ashamed of her nonsense and entitlement.
Tomorrow is my birthday, and people I thought were my super close friends haven't done shit for me. And most of them know I work tomorrow, and it's going down Tuesday. So if I don't get shit, yes, I'm going to be big mad, cause I always do something, some way, somehow for those who are super close to me. I don't care, it's my day and I always make yours great, so make mine great too."
I never could understand grown adults like this who throw a big fit over people not making that big of a deal over their birthday. I don't know, maybe it's because I don't make a big deal over my own birthday, but the fact being, if you're doing stuff for other people, you're doing it for the wrong reasons because clearly you're expecting something in return. This next one is by tempelover titled, "Choosing Beggar Wants to Pay in Baked Goods."
Anyone have a husband I could borrow that would know how to reinstall my sink? I pay in baked goods.
Would be better if you paid in cash. I never could understand people that feel the need to ask for handiwork but not be willing to pay cash, especially considering the handiwork requires a specific skill that clearly the beggars don't have. This next one is from dell titled, "A PSA to choosing beggars entitled moms regarding restaurant reservations and bookings." Backstory: I work in a very popular local restaurant which does a carvery every Sunday. This last weekend was Father's Day, and I just have to get these two stories off my chest, and I thought this was the best way. Number 1. Dear Choosing Beggars, when you walk into a busy restaurant with no booking and there is an obviously big table of 20 out front, you are non-verbally agreeing to an agreement that you will be served slower as you had just come in with no booking into a place that was already busy. Long waits suck. We all know this. It does not, however, give you the right to scream at the manager for the wait, claiming,
"If you don't have enough staff or cooks, you shouldn't be taking on more bookings,"
while ignoring the fact that you in fact did not book and therefore have no right to complain. It also does not give you the right to allow your wife to give the poor manager a second earful of the same bullshit, something completely out of his control. And finally, dear Choosing Beggars, it does not in any way give you the right to storm up to the table of 20 and scream,
"I hope you all enjoyed your meal,"
in the most hostile and patronizing manner possible. Unlike you, these people called ahead, were here first, and as the largest group, take priority. It's not their or our fault that you had to wait. Ironically, if you had been calm, you may have had a discount. Good energy breeds good energy. Number 2. Dear the Choosing Beggar and entitled mother on Father's Day, just because you asked for a certain table does not mean that it will happen. Never has a restaurant said, "Sure, no problem." It can never be guaranteed, but they will try their best. You do not want to sit in the lower area of the restaurant where the children's toys are? We cannot guarantee, but we can try. Not getting where you want to sit sucks. We all know this. It does not, however, give you the right to moan and insult the manager, different manager, claiming, "My son cannot see toys or he would want to play with them. We came here to get away from toys." While I stand idly by, holding my tongue, all the while wishing I could snap at you to keep your son in his high chair and be a disciplinarian and tell your son no for once. And when the manager, flustered and trying to stay professional, takes you to the front desk to discuss the issue, you scream so loud that the fellow manager claims to have heard your screaming from the cellar. And finally, dear entitled mother, this gives you no right to ruin not only my lovely manager's day, but the day of your family, who now has nowhere to dine because you could not get over yourself. I feel bad for your father. What did you want? To remove polite, paying, and happy customers from their tables because you cannot discipline your boy? I dodged a bullet not having you in my section. I'm sure a wrong order would result in a stained shirt and a black eye. There's definitely customers you'll never be able to please no matter what you do. In this case, I guarantee you if for all of these customers you did everything exactly how they wanted it, they would still find a reason to be dissatisfied and complain. It's just what they do. This next one is by Gimme Exposure Daddy, titled, I have a beggar story. I think they were beggars. So this is a story told by my mom. So back in the day, when GameCubes were a big thing, my brother had gotten one, and my sister wanted one as well, but her own since she didn't like sharing. But since she didn't actually like games, it was never used. So one day, my mom and dad were packing up, since we were moving from East LA to West Covina. They had put things out that they weren't planning on taking. My sisters never really used GameCube in the mix. When a family stopped and began looking, their son spots the GameCube and excitedly asked the mom about it. My mom, being nice, told them they can have it for free, but their mother would have to buy new controllers since my brother kept the controllers from it so me and my little bro can play with him. She even tossed in a few games that my brother told them he didn't want. The mother was thankful and they exchanged numbers in case there were any problems. My mother giving them my grandma's number since we were in the middle of a move and would be at my grandma's house for about a week while my dad and his friends got the house set up. So cue the next day. My mom was helping make lunch with her mom when the phone rings. It was the lady who got the GameCube. The woman was yelling at my mom about,
What kind of scam is this? There are no controllers. My kids want to play now.
My mom explained to her again how when she took the GameCube, she told her she needed to buy her own. The lady, having none of it, told my mom that she's coming right over and she better have 3 controllers ready for her to pick up. My mom just said, "Sure, can't wait." My mom blocked that number right after, so I have no idea if that lady ever went back to the house. The best part about this is since your mom blocked the number, nobody would ever know if she went back to the house because there's no way she could have gotten in contact with your mother after that. This next one is from Goo0018, titled, Choosing Beggar Gets Upset Because My Friend is Trying to Fix Their Life Too Fast. This story is from one close friend. She was at one time my supervisor and hired me when no one would. She is a very kind person that will help you as much as she can if you need it. Sorry this story is long, but infuriating. She told me her little niece, through marriage, got evicted. Said her husband lost his job, so they were in trouble. My friend has a house they rent for extra money. They let them move in without deposit and lower rent. 3-bedroom house for $900 USD. Rents on that area for that amount will get you a nice garage. Also helped them fill out welfare applications, school applications, and bought them plane tickets so they could see relatives in Puerto Rico. Now my friend is not by any means wealthy. She and her husband are middle class and use the extra income to pay bills and taxes mostly. While they were away, the welfare office sent them a letter to my friend's house because they were using her address as a permanent address, with a legend that said, time sensitive. So my friend called them and asked if she should open it in case they need to return it earlier than they thought. They say no and my friend let that be. When they returned, my friend and her husband went to the house because they asked for the mail, but when they arrived, they did not open the door for my friend and left the suitcases they loaned for their trip outside the door with a note asking them to put the mail in the mailbox. The note also said they could not get visitors because they were too tired. To my friend or her husband. My friend's husband is the uncle of one of the choosing beggars. The niece posted this on social media. I copied and pasted most of it because it has a lot of information that could identify my friend and the choosing beggar.
This new year has been a challenge for us. We are so grateful for Uncle to let us stay at their extra home, but we are now sad because it seems the help came with a price tag. I have been pressured a lot by a friend to get food stamps. Just because I have no job, I had to humiliate myself at the welfare office for emergency aid. And then she tried to read my mail. She got dear hubby a job, but is not that good. $17 per hour is not going to help a lot. I reckon he does not have a GED, but that is garbage. Now they are in our case about our children. We need to rest too, you know? We are human. This is too much, too fast for us. If they miss a couple of days of school because we are too tired from all this pressure to be perfect, so what? They are my kids. Not my fault she doesn't have any. You only want us to be okay so you can get your rent money. Can't believe it. Shaking my head. Greed is stronger than family.
They deleted this after they got called out by my friend. I guess they forgot to add her old Facebook account. It is blocked now. Now, my friend asked for a lot of favors for getting them jobs and driving them around to welfare office, no gas money, and babysitting for free for job interviews, also overnight because they were tired. And now instead of paying rent, they've got themselves a brand new car. Also, the part where she mentions my friend can't have children was a low blow. My friend struggled with infertility a lot and had miscarriages. Also, these are people in their 30s with 3 kids who haven't gone to school in 2 weeks because mommy and daddy rather to sleep than walking them to the bus stop at the corner of their street. I told my friend to kick that ungrateful choosing beggar out of her house. Hopefully she'll do that this month. FYI, they still have not paid any rent since November of 2019. I agree 100%. I think your friend needs to remove them from her house like yesterday. I'm pretty sure they're gone now though, considering when this was posted. However, the fact that people act like that, they have the attitude like that, it baffles me to think that people can be just so short-sighted, but at the same time, it really doesn't surprise me either. And our final one is from Victoria Verrucka Salt, titled, "Apparently, my friend is a height fan too. She gets offered to get paid in exposure a lot. I saw this as a new listing in our Etsy shop today and just had to share it with fellow height fans and choosing beggar haters. Exposure doesn't pay the bills. It really doesn't. Exposure doesn't pay the bills. Paisley Lane Boutique. It doesn't get any simpler and more clear cut than that, honestly. That's pretty good too. If anybody's interested in those, I'll leave the link down in the description below. Alright, that's enough subs for the day. Well, that wraps up this episode of Submission Sunday. If you liked the video, please drop a like, share my content on all of your social media, subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure to hit that bell and drop a comment down below. Thanks for watching, thanks to my patrons, have a great day and stay safe out there.